Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. It's Jen and I'm going to show you today how to make those words and buildings out of gum paste. Okay, just like always before we begin, if there's any tools or supplies you need that you see me using, if you check the link in the description below, it should be able to help you out. Okay, I am going to show you how I made my comic book styled exclamation. As you can see, I'm starting with white. I had made a circle, pulled it into an oval, and I'm just using one of my smaller circles to cut little nips out of the edge. So it looks like, a shark took a bite out of it all around the edge there. You take another color, a nice bright color. I'm using red here. And again, this is gum paste because I want my decorations nice and firm. I rolled it out pretty thin and a long piece, and I'm cutting a long strip out of it. I am using my little roller cutter there. If you don't have that, you can just use a knife and just cut your line as straight as you can. And then take a paintbrush, put a little water on it, go around your edge there as you saw me doing. And then take whatever color you're using for your border and gently press it and follow the curves all around your little exclamation you got going so far. And you're going to have to press it into place. You're going to find when you lift it up off the counter, whatever you're working on, it might come apart a little bit. Just press it back again. Cut off the extra, as you saw me do there. And I am just using 2 fingers and pinching the little points just so that it makes it a little sharper, makes it stick out a little bit more. Now I'm going to make my letters. I am using the same color as my border. You don't have to. You can use whatever colors you want, but as long as you stay within, the quintessential comic book colors, red, yellow, blue, green, purple, white, then you're going to be pretty darn good, whatever you choose to do. You don't have to worry too much about how good your letters look, because typically it's like pow, biff, bam, pap, whatever, So as long as you can read the word, then you're going to be good. I'm using a little bit of water, painting on the back of my letters there, sticking them on. I went with just 3-letter words because it was easier to fit. And my cake was pretty small, so I didn't want to do, big wham or something like that. And now I'm using my edible food coloring marker just to put some little dots in the background. I was trying to make it look more like comic book print, or Sunday comics print, how it has the dots that make the color. I don't know how well it worked, but I tried. And if you do want more of a realistic look, you can always Google pictures and images from comic books. And some of them have a double border. Some of them, the word inside of it actually comes out across the border or extends larger than the explosion shape that you've got going. So there's a lot of variety that you can do with this, and any type of comic book cake you're doing, or even just a comic book themed superhero cakes look good with this too. It adds a bright splash of color, and you don't need a ton of skill in order to make it either. It makes a big impact. Now this one, as you can see, I made with red, outlined it in yellow. I have white letters. And, you can make the letters go across the whole entire thing. You could have like a double border if you want to make it really fancy. You can really make these any color, really vary them up. I'm adding a little bit of marks just to kind of make it stand out a little bit. And yeah, there you go. All right, moving on to the buildings. The buildings are going to be super easy. Get your black gum paste once again. And you want to roll it out pretty thin. I use those wooden stirring sticks that I normally use for these, thinner type decorations. I'm measuring it out because I know my cake was about 5 inches tall, so I wanted it to be a little bit taller. And yeah, just cut out some rectangles, put some, triangles on the top. I domed some of them. I took that yellow gum paste you saw and cut long, thin pieces. I rolled it out really thin, like as thin as I could. And as you can see, I made little teeny tiny triangles. I just sliced it up and then cut up my slices. And this is kind of when you might start questioning your choice in life and your decision making, because all I did was put windows on little gum paste buildings for like an hour straight. It was so much. But anyway, you just keep putting them on. You want to line them up so that you have rows and that the up and down columns will match too. I'm using my knife to make sure they're all kind of straight. Try to make them the same size as best you can. And you don't have to fill it in. Like you see how it was all gappy before? I'm going to show you again. You just kind of fill it in here and there, because in my world, not everybody turns on every light in the building at the same time. So that also makes my world a little easier to have to live with. So after many buildings and many lights, I've got my buildings here. I'm just pressing them. I put a little bit of water onto the back of them and pressing onto the cake. You can see I have some flat roofs, triangle roofs, curved roofs, stepped roofs, and they're different sizes, different heights, different thicknesses, and when you put it together, you got a nice little city. And then you take your little wows and bams and pows and stick those on top, And you got yourself a really cool superhero cake, right? So thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe because it helps me out. I have a lot of other videos out there with superheroes and stuff that may be able to help you as well. I'm going to have another video coming out soon to do the cake and the Batman stuff, so check that out. And as always, thank you for watching Caketastic Cakes.